Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can follow me on Spotify by typing in Mark Parham podcast, and then you can also follow me on Rumble by just typing in Mark Parham. Um, I wanted to talk about this interview. So I saw an interview with what's his name, Zelensky, of Ukraine, the leader of Ukraine, and what interests me is that when people start asking him questions on, what's he doing with the money and, trying to get answers to certain things, it's always a nervous response or a sort of a nervous answer and all this other stuff. And, for all of the money that we're spending in Ukraine as Americans, the American government gives Ukraine all of these billions of dollars. Shouldn't there be more transparency? Like, shouldn't their government put out a report saying we did this with this amount of money, we did that with that amount of money? Like, it's always a situation where a reporter has to do some deep digging and find out, oh, well, Ukraine is spending this on this, or there's a corrupt leader that's buying, boats and using the money on cars and trips. And, it's just like, for all the money that America's given to the Ukraine, they should be the ones, putting out reports and being, very extremely transparent about what they're doing. It's just like it almost reminds me of Iraq, when it's almost like Americans are putting their money on top of a campfire and setting their money on fire. That's what it reminds me, of, because a lot of that money could be used to build houses for our veterans. A lot of that money could be used to finish our border wall. You always hear about, Democrats come on TV and talk about, oh, well, the border wall would be too expensive and this and that, and there's a better use of our money. Well, we could be using that money to secure our borders, build our border wall. I mean, even if we use that money to, build houses or something for veterans or, women that are part of domestic violence situations, that money would be better spent there than just randomly giving it to people and we don't even know where the money's going to. I mean, I know people might look at this as some conspiracy theory, but I don't think they're using all of the money we're giving them to fund the war they have over there. 9 times out of 10, you have some politicians where they're putting it in their back pocket. They're probably buying boats. I mean, I've seen reports where some people are buying yachts and their wives are getting fancy clothes and stuff. They're not using all that money that we're giving them on the war. I doubt it. I mean, and it's just like we keep on sending them money and I'm not just little money, not like, oh, we're just going to send you $10 million. I mean, billions of dollars. I mean, couldn't we be using that to, fix the problems we have in America, to, build some high schools or something? And I've never seen anything like it. Like I said, it almost reminds me of Iraq, where the Americans were just given money. We have to win this war. We have to spend this. America has to do this. This is our goal, all this other mess. And, what do we get at the end? So it's just like, what is America getting at the end of the day with this whole war? I mean, I don't even think, some of the stuff I've been reading online and when I go on Telegram, I don't even think that Ukraine is winning this war. I mean, remember before how they hyped up everybody in the media to support the Ukraine, and people were taking their social media accounts and putting up the Ukraine flag, and all of the generals on CNN and MSNBC were saying that Ukraine is making progress and Ukraine's going to win this war and win people's hearts and minds. And Ukraine is not even, I mean, I don't even think they've really done anything as far as defeating Russia. And Russia, again, has, weapons, from what I'm, hearing online, or, some of the videos I'm watching, where they haven't even, taken out as they say, the weapons that could really do damage. So it's a mess. And America, it's sad because you look at America, we're always stepping up to the plate, defending everybody else, but why can't some of these other countries like France, Germany, Italy, why can't they're, countries with billions of dollars, why can't they put up the money like put up the type of money we're putting up? There's always Americans gotta, spend and help everybody else. But you look at it, we have stuff in our country falling down. We have bridges and infrastructure that needs to be replaced and repaired. We have a school system where in some inner city areas, kids can't even read. I mean, we have all of these problems, and we have politicians that want to send money and help everyone abroad. And it doesn't make sense to me. And it's sort of sad. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is saying America first. Like, finally, we have a president that is like, you know what? I understand what all you guys are going through around the world, but until we fix our own situation, then we're useless to everybody else. So America really has to get back to fixing America. And we have we have the resources, we have the manpower, we have everything we need here, but it's just like we're using our resources to help out everybody abroad. That that's not good. I mean, you look at the situation with the border. Can't we use some of those resources to hire more border patrol agents and hire more police officers? Like, there's so much stuff that the government could be doing to help Americans out, but it's almost like this is planned chaos. It's to the point where I think a lot of these decisions are made because it's not bad leadership, but this is what some of the people at the top, this is the America they want. Because you can't tell me that all of these years where Joe Biden has been in politics, that he doesn't know a few things. And some of these politicians, Republicans and Democrats, have been around the block a few times. And so, again, this is all planned. It's planned, and they want to have millions of illegal immigrants come into black communities, come into certain communities in America. They want situations where, we don't have police on the streets like we need to have. All of these things are planned. And, when you tell people this, they think, oh, well, this is some conspiracy theory and you must be watching Alex Jones. And no, this is planned chaos, as I like to call it. All of these events are planned. We have very smart people behind the scenes. They know what's going on. It isn't that they're lost and, don't see images, the same images we see. I mean, you go on a Twitter and see images of people just crossing the border and basically getting away with it. They see those same images. They have better intelligence than average Americans, but they choose not to do anything. And so, again, this is they're looking at a lot of these people as potential voters, and they don't realize that some of these people crossing the border do not support Democrats. It's sort of strange because you would think, oh, well, they would be instant Joe Biden supporters. No, some of these people who are crossing the border actually, some of them are Republicans. Some of them don't believe in, 65 genders and all this other stuff Democrats come up with. Like, some of these people are people that believe in, you're either a man or a woman. And so I think some of these border crossers that are coming to America, some are going to get here and then say, you know what, everything that I thought about Joe Biden, throw that out the window. And so some of these people, believe it or not, are going to vote for Republicans. But it's like, at the same time, if you're going to be, like I say, if you're a person where you have your, say your community located on the border, you're seeing a spike in crime. You're seeing a spike in just a ton of different things. The quality of living is going down for some of those communities on the border. And it's not a fault of the community, but we just have a situation where our president refuses to do anything. I mean, it's crazy where you're looking at places like Chicago, and black people in Chicago are now Trump supporters. I mean, who would have ever thought that would happen? And so this is something that's only going to help Trump. And I agree with Trump. When Trump gets in office, we just need to do a mass deportation. If you're not supposed to be in America, then you need to leave immediately. Get some trains, buses, airplanes, whatever you got to do. We just need to, even if we have to spend some money, America needs to get these folks out of here because we're not getting the best and brightest people coming over here. I mean, some of these people had a police record in their own country, and then they come here and, are doing the same thing. So, again, we need to deport these folks. I don't care if you come from Africa, China, Haiti, wherever you come from, send them right back. And, it is what it is. So, again, with this situation in Ukraine, Ukraine is not going to win the war. And, Americans are just wasting a bunch of money. So again, I know I was rambling all over the place, but please follow me on Rumble. Just type in Mark Parham, and I should pop up on Rumble. And then if you're on Spotify, just type in Mark Parham Podcast, and I should pop up in Spotify. Thank you.